Been asked many, many times, and I did promise that I'd do a video on this. So it is a valid question, and it's a good question. If I had $1,000 today and I had a gun to my head and I had to put that into a cryptocurrency portfolio and I had to allocate that $1,000 for the next 2 months, how would I allocate the portfolio? What cryptocurrencies would I put in there? How much would I put in of each? And how would I allocate that in accordance with risk? This is going to teach you a lot of things, guys. Risk management, portfolio diversification, just to name the few. So I'm going to show you which cryptos I'm going to pick. We're going to fill in this together step by step. And this is going to teach you how you can keep track of your cryptocurrencies at any given time. And this is me putting my money where my mouth is. So we're going to go through the different cryptocurrencies, how much I'm putting in there, why I'm putting them in there. And we're going to look at the charts and I'm going to show you each one. And one thing, I did record this on the Sunday, so you'll be watching this on the Monday. Prices might have changed on the Monday, but I said that I'd do it in accordance with what current price action's doing. So we'll see what current price action's doing. And you can see the first one's going to be Near Protocol. Near Protocol is currently trading at $2.74. The reason why I like this is this big trend break here. You can see how it was respected, broke trend. What happened? We rejected at the 200 moving average. Now we've broken through the 200 moving average. And we're currently holding that at support at the $2.74. So the first one that's going to go in there is Near Protocol, ticker Near, and then Near Protocol. Amount spend is going to be $75. So I'm spending $75 on that. And the way that you work it out is obviously 75 divided by the current price, which is 2.7443, 2.7443. And that gives you 27.32. So you get 27.329 it is. 29 near. So we know the current value is 75. Next one that we're going to look at, just have a quick look at the fibs on near first. So, right, okay, you can see that's good. You can see how we've come back and we've kissed the 61.8. We've kissed the 61.8% retracement. We've had a bounce. So we've had a bounce, and what we're doing from the recent term is putting a Fibonacci retracement from the recent swing high this time to the recent swing low. And we're looking to see what areas we're overcoming. You can see that we broke through the 61.8. We've come back down through the 61.8. And this candle by the end of the day in 12 hours and 27 is going to tell a big story, because we're either going to be above or we're going to be below the 200 moving average. If we're below the 200 moving average, expect to come back and retest 2.608 as support on Monday. So that's what I'm looking for. We've got the 2.74. We've added near in there. The next one's going to be Algorand. How much am I sticking in Algorand? We're sticking in $50 in Algorand. So if I just stick the 50 in there, Algorand, ticker Algo. I urge you to do this, guys, on all of your cryptocurrencies, just to keep track of that. $50, you can see how we're diversifying the portfolio now. So how many algo do we get? $50 divided by 0.2624. That's 190.55. So we've got 190.55 algo. It's going to be interesting to see. This is going to be like a couple of month portfolio. So it's going to be interesting to come back and see exactly how this thing's doing in the next couple of months. And we'll monitor it along the way. I've created a separate checklist on TradingView so we can keep track of this. So that is Algorand. The next one is going to be Chiliz. So I've been talking about Chiliz quite a lot, and that's because it was trading in a similar pattern to Alluvium. And I'd said that the pullback and the breakout was significant on Chiliz, and we've already had that now. We're currently testing the 200 daily moving average. But the reason why I like Chiliz is this, the pothole effect. We talked about it on Alluvium. That's exactly what's happening on this. Once we break through there and regain this previous level of resistance, 0.01517, then expect a big volatile surge on Chiliz. So I'm adding Chiliz. Chiliz currently trading at 0.0425. How much am I adding? $50. Why? Because it's higher risk. So $50. That's going to be Chiliz. That's going to be Chiliz. And how many Chiliz do we get? We look at the price and we divide it by how much we're allocating. So $50 divided by 0.0425, and then we get 1,176.47 Chiliz for our money. 1,176.47. So that's what we got there. Next one is going to be Vanry. So we talked about Vanry recently and didn't get many views, but it's something that I like the look of just because of the upside potential. When you look at this previous resistance point up here, that's all the way at 0.09663. Current price is all the way down at 0.03312. So from where price is now, just to that resistance point, once we break out of this channel, you're looking at 189% to the upside. We have got the 200 daily moving average that we haven't broken through yet. So you can see this wick tried to break through. What happened? That was a rejection. What often happens with these big wicks is they'll get filled. And as that gets filled, and as we get a big bullish candle, as long as the bullish candle closes above the 200 daily moving average, that's looking good. This thing could pull back a little bit more. The way that it's looking now, you can see to that high. This could pull back to this support base here at 0.03102. However, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, going into tomorrow. It could pull back. It could even pull back that far today. I'm buying it in accordance with what I've said with you on this video. So it's currently trading at 0.03312. That's the price that I'm going to add. So 0.03312, what was that? That was Vanry. So Vanar chain, Vanry ticker, and we're adding $50. How many Vanry do you get for $50? 50 divided by 0.03312. You get a whopping 1,509.66. 1,509.66. Okay, next one. We are looking at a big daddy now. So it is about a diversified portfolio and a well risk spread, or a spread in accordance with risk, should I say. So you have to have the big players in there. You have to have the blue chips in there, because the blue chips are the safe ones. When you've got high risk ones, if that high risk one actually fails and goes to zero, you've got the blue chips that carry the rest of the portfolio. So we're going with Cardano next. Cardano is a layer one. It's a strong layer one. It is a blue chip. When you look at where Cardano was in the previous bull market, we haven't even, and we've been following this on this channel for a long time, haven't even broken the 38.2% retracement. In fact, from the 38.2, where price is now is 40% to the downside. So there's so much upside on Cardano. And one thing is, we've come back, and we've retested the 200 daily moving average. You've broken trend here. So I'm adding Cardano, and I'm adding a higher allocation of Cardano. I'm going to add $100 in. So $100, that's going to be Cardano, ticker ADA. And how many Cardano do you get for $100? Let's have a look. $100 divided by 0.7930. 126.10. So got 126.10 there. Next one. You actually look to the upside of Cardano. It's crazy that it hasn't even broken the 382 yet, but we're starting to get some momentum, and I'm seeing the swings are going to be bigger because the resistance levels are getting bigger as we start moving up on Cardano. So AVAX is another one, big layer one. That's broken its 200 moving average. It's come back, it's retested, it's kissed it once, it come back, failed. The bulls managed to push price through, and it's currently trading at $23.60. So this is another layer one that's outperformed, that hasn't outperformed, and we've got a big resistance barrier here. Right at the top of this channel, $64.69. It's currently trading at $23.58. So what I'm expecting for the next swing on this, if this is the low and that is the higher low, what I'm expecting on the next swing is a big push, and I'm expecting around $35.69 to $39.62 to $40. So that's what I'm looking for after this pullback's finished. We might come back and test the 200 daily moving average again on this, but the current price is $23.58. That's what I've got to stick by, $23.58. So stick AVAX on there next, and AVAX is $75. Avalanche. AVAX is $75. And how many AVAX do we get for $75? Let's have a look. 23.57. You get 3.182. 3.182. Okay. Right, next one. We're filling it up now. We're filling it up. The next one's going to be Arweave. This is why I love Arweave. Look at this, the 200 daily moving average. When you're below, you get absolutely smashed. When you're above, that is bullish. And guess what? We're above. We've broken trend here. That's a tick. Broken trend here. We've come back and we've held the 200 moving average. So we might come back, we might kiss the 200 daily moving average. That's sat at $7.40. Current price is $7.64. When you just look at the upside, once you get out of this range, just to the next resistance point up here, $15.80, $7.63 at the moment. That's going to be a big swing. How big's the next swing going to be? We can measure that exactly the same as we did with the last one. Up to the top here, back to the bottom. You're looking for 1272, 1618, 1272, $11.70, 1618, $13.24. $13.24. So next. Stupid phone. Right, okay, so that's what I'm doing on Arweave. How much am I allocating on Arweave? Let's have a look. We are allocating $50 on Arweave. So if we can stick that in there next. They are $50. How much do you get for $50? I could take a look. $50 divided by $7.638. 6.546. 6.546. Guys, if you want more content like this, there's only you guys that are going to tell me. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments exactly what it is that you want, because if you want more content like this, I'm happy to do more content like this, and we're going to keep track of this portfolio as well. We've done the Bullseye portfolio. That's probably about a year and a half ago now, guys. That's in profit. I'd said that was during a build phase, and that stayed in profit for pretty much the whole of the time. That was because we were at lows. We were at significant lows. However, a lot of you guys that are watching this now are pretty new to crypto, so that's why I'm starting these new portfolios. So that's the short-term swings. That's what I'm buying. What did we say? $50. So we've got Arweave. Next is going to be SPX. We talked about this on the channel recently. The reason why I like this is it is in a cup and handle. So it had a cup and handle. And the one thing that invalidates a cup and handle is when it fails. But when it breaks back up, that is a higher probability move. So you come back down when you failed from here. We've come back up, and this is giving it a high probability move. High probability move, and when you're measuring a cup and handle, you're going all the way from the bottom to the actual neck, and then you're putting that on the projection from the swing of the upside. That takes this all the way up here, $3.20. Is it going to go in a straight line? No, it's not going to go in a straight line. That's how you measure projections from these type of patterns. That's why we're adding, or I'm adding, SPX, because none of this is financial advice. This is just an example, a hypothetical way of showing you exactly how to diversify a portfolio, not put all your eggs in one basket, because at any given time, each one of these can fail. And anyone that was around for 2021, lots of people bought Celsius, lots of people bought Luna. People bought Luna and people lost everything. People remortgaged their houses. There's horror stories about Luna. And Luna was the fourth biggest cryptocurrency within the whole of the crypto market. So just remember that, guys. Anything can fail. You've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum. They're the ones that are the blue chips, the strong ones that are probably definitely not going to fail, guys. They're the ones that are being adopted by the institutions. They're the ones that are going to be added as store of value, and one's going to be added as a DeFi layer. You're going to start seeing RWAs put on layer twos and all sorts on Ethereum. So they're the big boys. They're the ones that are winning the game at the moment. Anything outside of there, you need to be careful and make sure that you've got a diversified portfolio. So SPX is currently trading at $1.86. So SPX 6900, I think it's called, SPX ticker. Then we're going 50 on SPX. How many did you get? $1.87. 50 divided by $1.87. 26.737. 26.737. Next up is 1 inch. Paul's asked me to do an update from our Discord group on 1 inch as well, actually, because we caught that down here. We caught an absolute smasher on 1 inch, but let's have a look. What's happening in the short term? See, looks like it's probably bounced off the 618 at first glance. Let's have a look. Come back down. You've bounced off the 618. You've got your 200 daily moving average as support. That's going to be your strong support base. So you've got the traders from the 200 moving average. They're putting in their buy zones. You've got the traders They're putting in 618 buy zones as support, double confluence. So you could come back down and test this 618 as a double bottom at 24 cents. However, I'm bound by what I've said, 28 cents. I do think this is potentially going to come back lower a little bit. 28 cents is what I've got to put in here. So that was 1 inch. Like I say, guys, for a couple of months, this one. So this is designed for the next 6 weeks to 2 months. So that's how I'm going to play this one. Not for the next few hours. So you got 1 inch. How much are we putting in 1 inch? $50. How many did you get? 28 cents, $50 divided by 0.282, 177.30. Next one's going to be say. You can see say it's had a bounce off its 200. It's come back up. It's pushed up. It's put a higher high. We're currently holding a higher low. And the best thing to do in the short term on this is, remember, not for the short term, is put in a trend line. So you've got a trend line here, and then you're looking for a trend break. So you've got a trend break here. What's happening? Broken trend. It's currently holding support. So say is currently trading at 0.3184. And I'm going to be sticking $100 in say because I like the setup. So $100. Ticker, assuming it's called that. How many can you get? $100 divided by 0.1382. 723.59. 723.59. Building it up now, guys. What are we up to so far? 650. So that was say. Ondo next. Right, okay, exactly the same thing. Remember, look how important this is. We haven't had the 200 moving average on here for long, but look how volatile the swings are when you are above there. Look how volatile the swings are. Look how bad it is, how bad you get rejected when you're below there. So we've managed to break above. This is currently trading in a bull flag. You've got a little bit of a breakout here. If you went on the shorter time frame, i.e. the 4 hour, you would see that better. Stick a trend line on there. You can see you've got a breakout here. So you've got to break a trend here. What you're doing is from this recent swing to the swing high, you can see we've had a 38.2. You can see these magic Fibonacci numbers work, 38.2. So you've got a bounce there. That's currently 0.99. That's going to be a psychological number. Double this up, double it up, because people are going to be trading at $1. So you've got $1, and you can see the strong buys here. You can see the strong buys here because of this wick. Wicks tell a story. So potentially you could come back down, reclaim the bottom of this wick at the 382, but that's looking strong. If you do fall back, you've got the 61.8 and 95 cents to fall back on with the big daddy there as support. So if you fall through, you're going to have a lot of buy orders here as well. So anywhere between here, there's going to be strong buy orders. That's currently $1 and 1. So if we add that in there, how much am I sticking in that? $75 in Ondo. Must be painful to watch this, guys, while I'm filling this in. I'll just say $75. So we got 75 divided by, it's good to learn the process though. 75 divided by 1.01221. How many do we get? 74.095. 0.095. Right. Next we've got, of course, it's going to be ICP. ICP has been in this range for such a long period of time. We've been waiting for it to break out of this range. And when it breaks out of this range, it's going to break out with volatility. So we've broken the 200 moving average. We haven't reclaimed that as support yet. We could come back and reclaim that as support if we just stick. See, when you get these W patterns here, guys, that shows strength. That shows strength when you put in a higher low and then a big push to the upside. So we could stick in a trend line here. Got a trend line. Once you break the trend to the downside, and if you lose the 200 daily moving average, then expect to come back to the 61.8% retracement, which is all the way down here at $5.25, coinciding with previous resistance, which would flip support. So you've got buy orders here, buy orders here. You've also got buy orders here and buy orders here. But it's currently trading at $5.55. That's what it is that I'm going to add on there, $5.55. And this is Internet Computer. I'll do ICP. And that is 75. How many ICP do you get for $75? You get 5.555, all the fives, 13.50. 13.50. Okay. So, right. Okay. That's what. How much is this now? Let's have a look. $800. Perfect. Next one is going to be, unfortunately, it's going to look horrible, but this is something that's important. So you've got 200 in the bag. So you spent 1,000. You've got, just stick this over here. You've got $200 in the bag. So you had $1,000, you've got $200 in the bag. Why is it important to keep $200 in USDT? Because you don't understand when you could take advantage of swings to the downside. You don't understand what price action is going to do. If you buy in pumps and buy in pumps, expect pullbacks. When you get pullbacks, that creates opportunities to average your position down. That's why the USDT is there. So that's it, guys. That's the $1,000 portfolio. Let me know in the comments if you found this useful. If you do want me to do more videos like this, let me know. And I'm going to try and follow this portfolio during the next 6 to 8 weeks to find out how far this thing can actually go and what the P&L is going to look like on the back of that. So I'm holding myself accountable to this. I'm going to keep it full and transparent. You can look in the Discord group. Paul's been putting messages to the moon. So you can look in this Discord group, guys. This is absolutely pumping. There's nearly 400 of us in here now at the moment. So get yourself in there. It is completely free. I pay for the Discord group. I charge nothing for the Discord group. I spend so much time in there with you guys because I love you guys to bits. And thank each and every single one of you that helped me get to 10,000, that actually believes in me or doesn't believe in me. What just lost one there, or that doesn't believe in me. A big thank you to each and every single one of you. Let me know what you want me to cover next. I know I keep saying it time and time again, but I am guided by you guys. So I've got ADHD. I struggle to keep things in track. It's really weird because I've got obsessive compulsive traits. And when I'm looking at charts, I've got the patience of a saint when I'm looking at a chart. I hold myself accountable when I'm looking at a chart. I trade like a robot in accordance with rules when I'm looking at a chart. But when I'm trying to organize something, I'm a complete mess. So there's pros and cons to the way that I am, guys. But if you shout loud in the comments and let me know exactly the way that you want me to guide you, because ultimately my goal is to teach you everything that I know. I'm on my journey as well. I've been on a journey of self-discovery. I'm on that journey of self-discovery. I keep educating myself each and every single day. And it doesn't need to be much, just 10, 15 minutes a day. And look back in a year's time, I say it time and time again, and you're going to be amazed at what you can achieve, because it's all about passive income, guys. It's not all about 9 to 5. If you can have a passive income, you can start cutting your hours down and cutting your hours down, which is what I've been doing, and then cutting your hours down until ultimately you're doing the thing that you're passionate about, whether it's crypto, whether it's something else. You can create a passive income with the thing that you love. So make sure that you do spend the time self-developing yourself and follow the Crypto Bullseye channel. I'll help you along your journey. Take care of yourself, and goodbye from me.